Welcome back to the Gadget Spot. Yeah!
Woo! Back again.
All four of us.
Backwards in the saddle.
Oh, look who
all
it
for
is.
one.
They let me back in.
One for all.
I got back in.
It's the only reason I came today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm James, and I'm back. Or I guess,
Hey.
Well, I know. We're not doing
Did
it
you forget
yet.
how we do things here?
Yeah, a little bit.
Owen goes first.
We're going to introduce ourselves.
Oh, my ears.
I didn't pull away from
Why
the
would you
microphone.
do
fast
that?
enough.
That's terrible.
To let you remind you that I'm first.
I just want you to know
That's two demerits, Owen.
there are 5 people that just
so-
swerved on the freeway right there when you
So
screamed.
sorry.
We don't have 5 listeners. Okay.
Well, now that James is back, we have like 3 now.
Woo!
Wait, that went down.
My 2 moms and my...
Or did that go up? I don't know.
We love you, James's 2 moms.
It's fun because I actually do have 2 moms. So
But
that's fun and
dads.
accurate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right out of the gate, Jarron.
Yep. That did. What was that 1 minute and nope, 59 seconds.
Wow.
59 seconds before
You high
Jared.
score, buddy. You're just like
Mean
the
to
Donkey Kong
James.
guy.
No, I wasn't assaulting his character.
Just
Just his lack of patronage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just the lack of characters in my life. It's
know,
fine.
Yeah.
One of those things that he has absolutely no control and can't change.
Yeah, it happened in my formative years. I'm sure it won't resurface anytime.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh, this is the Gadget Spot where we do talk about gadgets, tech, and video games,
Ish.
as well as make fun of each other. Apparently, so let's go ahead and
I
introduce
missed it so much.
introduce the panel here. We got Owen.
Hey, my name's Owen, and you can follow me on Twitter at TechNoan. I put out a tweet today. Did you know?
Yay!
Yeah.
He's been talking about it nonstop since he did it.
Nonstop since I did it, because last week I said I did tweet, and then Jarron went and counted all my tweets, and there was like none. So
That was a good story.
Simple accounting.
Very solid.
It
So
was also accurate.
yeah. So I have to mention some things in my. I'm gonna slyly put them in.
All right.
I did not go to Denny's and perform obscene gyrations.
Well, that's a big disappointment.
It was huge.
For you and for the people
It was
at Denny's.
huge. I paid my son to do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't have to. It's Twitter, bro.
Boy, go
Anyway.
in there and do some obscene gyrations.
I'll get better at adding these slyly in. I was gonna.
That one was pretty horrible.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the Han Solo one for Denny's thing again, but I didn't want to get Jarron all riled up before we were ready.
Oh, you mean how Jarron doesn't want to go see Solo, a Star Wars movie,
What?
because they have
Why?
a tie-in to Denny's now?
I
that
never
was-
said that. I never said I wasn't going to see it.
Yes, you did.
I was just
No.
disappointed
I
that they're
said-
choosing Denny's as an advertising partner.
I said that you didn't want to see it. You're still going to see it because you're.
No.
You
No,
have to.
I-
you have
you
to.
can't not see a Star
No,
Wars
I
movie.
still want to see it.
I think that there's a chance that the anthology films are going to be better than the main storyline.
Yeah.
Last Jedi was amazing. It's my favorite Star Wars movie ever.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
I liked it minus the
were
Jim
with
Henson
me.
boob squirting animal that I didn't really
That was-
understand.
That was one of the best parts.
I don't
I love
understand
that
it.
part.
I didn't understand that, and I didn't understand his sly smile when he did it. Like,
so funny.
That was the best part. It was like going down his beard.
He's just like, take that, censors. You're all disgusted now, everybody. Anyway,
What are you going to do now, Ray?
what are you gonna do? You gonna do what I do?
Do what I do because I'm training you.
Yeah.
Except I'm not. I'm trying to prove that I'm not training you.
Oh my gosh. that
Anyway.
movie.
All right. So
I
you've
didn't
been-
play any games this
Oh.
week. I tried. I tried to get Battlefront 2 up again and just ran out of time, so I ended up playing a little bit of Secret of Mana, which is really losing my attention.
Owen couldn't get it up.
Yep. The game.
Battlefront 2.
Yeah. It is a Battlefront.
Can't believe I didn't think of that when you said that. I used to be
softballed-
somebody.
I softballed that over to you, James, and you struck out
I
in
know.
softball.
You're rusty, James.
I know.
Rusty.
I used to be somebody.
All right, Jarron,
Hey, this
introduce
is
yourself.
Jarron. That's me introducing myself,
Jarron.
if you couldn't tell. You can find me on
Take it away, Jarron.
You can find me on Twitter at Jarron. I also have a side project. I'm part of a team that put out an app called Toolshed, and we have no users, so go download it. If you have tools, you can make money. It's brand new, so it makes sense. We have no users. It makes sense. And we haven't done any marketing yet,
What is
besides
it-
what I'm doing right now.
What does
so.
it do?
You can rent tools for money, tools that you own. It's
Uber of tool sharing of tools.
yeah, it's like tool sharing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's the new craze. I just
Yep.
saw one called Neighbor on the freeway today.
You can trade neighbors around?
No,
Oh, that's
it's for
the renting one,
It's
right?
for storage.
Yeah,
Like,
storage.
if you've got
Oh,
free
yeah,
space
yeah.
in your garage and you'd like me to covertly go through your stuff,
Yeah,
then you can rent my garage.
That one's got some issues, I think.
That's the least secure thing I've ever heard of.
Listen, I'm the most trustworthy, non-Snoopy person that you're ever going to meet.
And so what if you have like really horrible material on your hard drives and you store it in somebody else's house through this app, and then you call in like, this person has child whatever.
Yeah. What if you chop up a body? Just saying.
I know.
I'd just say that there's a paper trail, right? No,
I guess so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
This is uncharted territory.
Seems like somebody ought to try it out.
Speaking of Uncharted, what have you been playing lately, Jarron?
Whoa. I wish it were Uncharted, but it's not because I beat that game long ago and they're not making that anymore. I have been playing at Tony's request. He called me up and said, Jarron, I want you to play this game for me. And so I did. And I'm playing, what's that game called? I can't remember.
I don't know because I never actually called you.
Yep.
Doom?
Was this all a dream?
Yeah, it must have been. Was it Doom?
Horizon Zero Dawn. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't call you, but we did talk about it.
Yeah. That's such a good game. I didn't play it for a few months. I kind of got out of it, but then I started playing it again. And voila, I played it.
That story was
had a beginning,
engrossing,
a middle, and an end.
I mean,
And
really
loop
just got
back
me
to
in
the
there.
beginning again.
You painted a picture. I feel like I was there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was a story.
Yeah. I drew a whale once in 4th grade.
Thank you, Jarron.
All right.
Can I take over? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
So, returning champion, James.
Woo! They let me back in, guys. Guess what? I found where Tony lives again, and I'm here. So, you can catch me on Twitter at JDD Jensen. JDD's for ADD, or you can catch me on Xbox, which I have miraculously been playing a lot lately. Funeral Taters is my gamer tag.
Can we catch you on the Gadget Spot?
And you can catch me on the Gadget Spot this week. And you can
just
catch
this
me-
week?
Dang it.
We're gonna
be-
I are
hold
entering
on.
into negotiations.
Yeah, we're going to form a peer pressure group against you, James.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
sorry,
I didn't
I
know
know
we
you're
were,
susceptible
we were
to that.
tentatively moving the studio.
Me neither.
Oh, are we not announcing that?
No,
Oh.
we can't. I don't care.
Good. Okay.
Matter.
Yeah.
Just
that's pretty
don't
cool.
give out my address.
1471. No, I'm just kidding. That's my
D-bag
mom's
lane.
address. I have been playing Shadow of War and Fortnite lately. Both of them I simultaneously suck at, but I love playing them.
You doing the Battle Royale mode or the regular
Oh,
Fortnite mode?
Battle Royale. I will only do free.
Yeah.
Which is untrue because I dropped $5 on a skin after putting 15 and a half hours in because I figured it was worth $5.
So I've put like 10 minutes into that game on iOS. I cannot figure out how to change the skin.
You can't. That's why I bought a skin.
Oh, okay.
Because it cycles through a bunch of different people. You can be like this ripped Asian guy, a black lady, a white lady,
I'm just a white woman.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy.
Yeah, you are.
You can quote me on
For the
that.
first game you are, but then it'll cycle through. That game's actually pretty fun. There's a reason why it's popular. But that being said, I suck at it, and I still have never taken first place in the normal mode, but I have on like the peripheral modes, the high explosive and the sniper. I've taken first place both times. in
I've
those.
never even killed somebody.
You are so much better than Jarron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much.
Remember that.
I mean, I can't say that I'm not going to think about that later tonight when I go home.
Good. And eat dinner.
James,
With a gluten-filled meal.
I'm going to smother you with kindness today.
No way.
Yeah.
I kind of wish you wouldn't.
Oh.
I want like the normal treatment.
What? Really?
Now that I'm back, yeah. I want like the normal. Like you guys are like you suck because you're a
Well.
generic white guy.
Let's qualify this so the listeners don't get too excited.
Oh.
You're only back for one episode.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, that's what I was going to ask you. Is what's your format now? Do you do 2 episodes at one sitting?
No,
Or what do we do?
We're sticking with the regular.
Oh, I thought.
same
Did you
old.
ever do 2
Shut
in
up.
one?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Whoa.
Those were
Okey-dokey.
plans in the past. No
Yeah.
longer.
What? All right. Whatever.
Somebody quit.
But also we have a host of this
Ouch.
show.
Hey!
And it's wait, I got an intro for you, Tony. And it's Tony.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's all.
That was
Feeling
good.
pretty good about that horn. Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony or always here on the Gadget Spot every other week or every week on the Geek Show podcast. Gaming-wise, I finished Bioshock 2.
Yay.
Oh, it's a good thing. And that was a really good game. And then I played the Minerva's Den. Yeah, the DLC they had.
Oh.
And that's about a 4 hour extra mini campaign. That was really good too. And then what else? Have I
Wait,
been
you said
playing?
Bioshock 2. Did you have to play Bioshock 1 to play Bioshock 2?
Well, I mean, you don't have to, but you definitely
You should.
For the story.
will get a little bit of extra story action out of it.
I wouldn't it kind of ruin 1 too? The impact, the coolness of 1, if you play 2 first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think.
Like, is there a plot twist or something in the end of the first one?
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is a discovery of what that underwater city is. And things
A
like that.
rapture?
Yes. So yeah, I finished that one off and the DLC, and I swear, I started this indie game that
you don't play indie games.
I play them once in a while if they're really, really good, and this
Wait,
one
Celeste?
qualifies. Nope.
Oh.
It came out last year. It's called Inside.
Look
Yeah,
at you
it's-
burning through your backlog.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
It's the same
I'm
people that
impressed.
made Limbo
Oh, right.
about 5 years ago or so, 6 years ago.
I've only heard good things about that game.
Inside is really cool. I think I'm about halfway through it, and it's just crazy, like the atmosphere they create in that game, and the graphics are simple, but the style is really cool. So
Who are you?
I'll add a video for it in the show notes
Graphics
right
are
now.
simple.
they are simple,
Ugh.
but it still looks really cool. So yeah, I definitely recommend Inside. And full price, that game's $20, and if you find it on sale, you probably get it for like half off or so. But
You played on Steam?
yeah, I played on the pewter.
Nice. It's in the show notes if you guys want to see what he's talking about, or at least a video of what it is.
It's really cool. So yeah.
Hey, are we using the new music for the intro?
I don't know if we did that. I think we did.
Sweet.
So anyway, yeah, that's let's see who Elon, not Elon. Oh, I forgot his last name.
Osborne.
Yeah, Elon Osborne. Thanks for
That
thanks for
sounds
making
like
this music for us, man.
a mixture of like a villain and a hero all at once.
He's a chaotic neutral.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No, nice. What subclass is he?
dark elf.
Nice.
Right?
The hottest breed.
You made that up.
I did. All right, let's talk about some cool stuff here. Okay, we're gonna start off with some video game action here because
Well, don't we have to do Patreon?
oh yeah,
we
yeah,
we don't
duh.
want to forget our patrons.
I got
you.
it. I got it.
Oh, and it's a
Okay.
good thing you're here.
Yeah.
I know I kept you around for a reason. Patreon, which is a digital tip jar. So if you feel like donating, awesome. If you don't, that's okay too.
Speaking of which, what have you guys been doing with Patreon lately? Like what?
Well,
what's-
we had to renew our hosting fees, and we do the 50/50 every month.
No, I mean like the extra content. What have you?
Audio stuff usually.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So this is me now. I'm talking. I'm listing the list of patrons
Nice.
in this order. Here we go. Thank you, AJ Jasper and Aaron Young. You guys are the best. Adam Foote, Aaron Faulkner, Spencer Knowlton, They Do Care Owen, Valentine, Kevin Eccles, Ryan McQueen, Casey Dilly, Johnny Rios, Derek Allred, Ryan Baker, Lindsay Lucas, Michael Beck, Matt Nelson, Jeffrey Kale, David Broshinsky, Roger Allen, Austin Beauregard, I'm Tiny Rick,
Beauregard.
Dan Clark, Brian Lee, Conrad Southworth, and Adam Hecht. You guys brighten our days and
Yeah,
bring
thanks.
meaning to James's life.
Thanks,
Yeah,
friends.
you do. A couple of episodes ago, I heard somebody drop the hashtag "Bring James Back," and I'm not gonna lie, I really needed to hear that at that time. It was really good. It was really, really good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Well, I'm here, so I feel like I'm
Partially.
Beetlejuice in some way, shape, or form.
James.
Uh-oh. I gotta go use your restroom really quick.
Oh, this is weird.
And didn't we get some? When
And
did we?
then yeah, we have one email, I think.
Yeah, maybe some Facebook stuff.
Yeah, we got a Facebook message and an
Yep.
email message.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay, so the Facebook message. I don't. There's one from. There's a couple actually. I don't know if we got to this one last time for about the earbuds. Did we get to that one?
I don't think
No,
so.
we haven't.
Okay.
Go for it.
So I'm really horrible at ethnic names, and I'm sorry. Jose Ruiz Velasco.
Nailed it.
Wait.
good.
Mine's loading up. Jose Ruiz Velasco.
Thank you.
Jose.
He says, I've been looking for an upgrade on my really old Skull Candy Bluetooth earbuds, and I'm debating between the Beats X or the Jaybirds X3. Any recommendations or suggestions? Thanks. And I do care.
I have opinions on that.
Thanks for caring.
I haven't heard anything good about Beats headphones, other than like how
Beats
they
are
look.
okay. They're just
Yeah.
overpriced.
They
There's
are.
no problem.
I own some Jaybird X2s before my AirPods. I didn't like them. The battery life wasn't that great. The X3's the battery life's better, of course, but I hate neck bands personally because they always fell out of my ears. And I know this isn't the popular opinion in this podcast, but AirPods are so great when it comes to working out. Says me.
Even if you don't have an Apple device, right?
Yeah, even if you don't have an Apple device, because they connect via Bluetooth. The battery life is very, very good, and they're so easy to deal with whilst working out, and you can hear other people. That's my opinion. Tony, I'm sure, has a different one.
So I don't like the lack of sound isolation on the AirPods.
Well, for working out, though, I don't think it matters too much.
So I don't like this lack of sound isolation on the AirPods.
Hey, this is deja vu.
Yeah. So I actually recommend, for about the same price, the Zolo Liberty Plus Bluetooth
This is the ones you got off a Kickstarter?
headphones. So Jarron got some off Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I waited till they came out
Oh.
and paid more money. But if you get them for about $150, and I would say make sure you get the pluses because they have a Liberty and then there's Liberty Plus. The Liberties don't have as large of drivers for the sound, as well as it uses Bluetooth 4.0 instead of Bluetooth 5.0, so or 4.2.
And you still have those kicking around? You like those? You like the AirPods over those as well?
I do. Over time, I found some bugs in them. They don't turn off all the time when I put them back in the case, and so it just chews through the battery life. The case says it should last for 48 hours for charging, but I've found it to be much less, like probably 8 to 10, just because the earbuds don't turn off when I put them in, like they should, and so I've had issues with that.
I'm going to suggest something else. Shift gears. Go to JLab Audio and check out their Epic
JLabs
2
are good.
Bluetooth wireless earbuds. I bought mine a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. They are still kicking it. The battery is phenomenal. The only thing that I suggest is go with Tony's recommendation on his ear pieces. What's the company?
Oh, so if whatever you get is supported by Comply,
And they have a
what are they called?
it's like a little filler for like
Basically,
the rubber piece.
Yeah, instead of the rubber piece, you put these on. You buy.
Yeah.
They replace the rubber
And
piece.
Comply has stuff for Epic 2 specifically, and they have like a variety pack where it's like if you want complete noise isolation, if you want it for comfort, do that. It's an extra like $15-ish, but you will not regret it. And on top of that, it does have the around the back of the neck thing, but it loosely hangs and it's not annoying. Just throwing that
And
out
it looks
there.
like it's shaped so it kind of comes down over your collarbone, and so it doesn't just like stick straight out. You know what I'm saying? So if you like lean over or whatever, it'll grip your neck a little bit more than.
Yeah, it still wraps around the back of your ear. But the thing is I tighten mine to like the back of my head. So it's like it holds on to the back of my head really, really well.
Oh, are you looking at these ones?
Yeah, I'm looking at these
Oh,
ones.
I was looking.
No,
at
no,
the
I
ones
wasn't
next
looking at the
to
grab.
them.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
never
heard good
mind
things
then.
about the JLabs.
Yeah, but I have not regretted my purchase of the Epic 2. And I even bought a pair of Bose wireless headphones and Sennheiser. Wow, I have a problem.
Yes, you do.
Those were headsets though, or over the ear, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't the earbuds.
Yeah, the earbuds are awesome, man. Especially, did he say what he's using them for?
It sounded like working out
Yeah, it
to
sounded
me.
like more like earbud style.
Yeah, I've been jogging with the Epic 2, especially with the Comply ear pieces inside the Comply or the JLab or
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
Yeah, and then we got one more from from Aaron Faulkner. In Facebook messages. He actually sent us a cool cyber attack that will keep you up at night.
Man, I wish I had a cool last name like Faulkner.
So, do you guys know what an air-gapped computer is?
Computer that has
Nope.
Not
air
connected to the
between it.
network, right?
Is that what it means?
Insulated, right? Air-gapped.
I learned that today.
So there's a new malware hack that you can tap somebody's power box and send voltage through the system, and it affects the way the CPU consumes.
Whoa,
It consumes electricity,
that's hardcore.
and then encode that binary based on that, and actually start to exfiltrate data off of a air-gapped PC
Over the
power connection.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
Does that work through UPSs?
Probably. I don't know, actually. That's not in the article whether or not, but because UPSs provide voltage regulation,
Yeah.
and so maybe not, but for like an end user consumer that doesn't have one of those.
And packages to your house at inconvenient times. Go ahead.
But yeah, so you can. It's a pretty. We'll link the article in there. Thanks, Aaron, for sending that in. It's actually really interesting. These researchers found a way to affect a machine that's not on a network.
Yeah, that's
That's
cool.
crazy.
So
I feel like you just described like a vault hacking to me. You're
Yeah.
the plot of Ocean's 8.
right, basically the only
Like, we're
secure the only secure computer that is one that's turned off
There
and
you
locked
go.
in the dark. Like
So not a computer?
basically a metal brick. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like you can force power into it and force it to get turned on.
Well, if your power supply switch is turned off, doesn't matter how much juice you send it. It will,
Yeah.
so
no
this
power.
is how the
'cause
computers
that's
are
a
going to take
physical
over,
switch.
Yeah.
right?
Well, this is how the CIA is going to follow you. If you're a
They're going
if
to
you're
send
a,
an agent
if
out to
you're a
your
traitor.
house.
if you're
and
some sort of terrorist or whatever,
figure
they're
out, yeah.
exfiltrate data off of computer systems that are
The
believed to be completely.
Are you working for the CIA?
I wish I was.
You
I
can
bet they
tell
have
us.
a great salary, but
and
That's why he
benefits.
always wears gray shirts so he could blend in with the crowd.
it's normal. I need to be normal to fit in.
You want to know what always struck me as weird? Is Matt Damon is Jason Bourne. They always described him in the book as like a generic-looking white guy because he needed to like blend into the audience
That-
or the background.
I'd say that suits Matt Damon.
No,
Yeah.
Matt Damon has a good-looking face.
So he needs to be fatter.
No, he's got a good-looking body.
It's fairly generic, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, to fit in
Really?
America, he needs
Yeah.
to start eating some more cheeseburgers.
I think his hot body makes his face look better.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
We also got a message from Tanner Raymer.
oh, yeah.
He says, "Hey, myself and a group of people created a sweet new Discord community for here in Utah. You guys should check it out, and if you think it's cool, maybe even give us a little shout out. Here you go. We're all about having a sweet community to hang out, learn, and have fun with computery things. We are SLC PC builders on Discord, and here's the invite to the server. So we'll post this link on the show notes. So if you're into that, go check it out.
Yeah, you wanna join up in there and get some sweet PC advice. We're gonna make Tony join and become some sort of admin there that will give out free advice.
Nope. I might join, though.
I might as well.
I am part of several Discord groups, and I'm not going to lie, I never look at them.
I'm in quite a few as well for cryptocurrency.
I suck at staying up to date with real-time chat stuff.
There's just so much talking going on.
Yeah.
I can't.
But I might try this one out.
Yeah, I'll get in there and then you can at me, and then I'll eventually get that. So.
All right, let's do a little bit of video game talk, because a game that I was semi-excited for, reviews have come out for it now, which have made me very excited for it.
Yeah, I had no idea this would be this good of a game.
The new God of War looks amazing.
But
Yeah,
if
it
you played
does.
any of the old God of War games,
Nope.
not only that was God of War was actually the first game I
Well-
ever played through the entire thing.
That's the point I'm getting at. If you've played all the other God of War games, this one's different.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the old God of War dealt with like the old Greek gods, and then if I'm not mistaken, the new one is the Norse gods, right?
Yeah, so they probably explain it, I would assume, at the beginning of the game. I have no idea because obviously it's not out yet.
Kratos is retired or something.
But yeah, for some reason, Kratos is in like Norway, Sweden area where the Norse mythology is what
Yeah.
the populace believes in.
And so because of that, he has to grow a beard.
Yeah, obviously.
to show that time has passed, it's
He's-
either you grow a beard or you wear glasses.
He's gone
Everybody
full
knows
on
this.
lumber sexual here.
But that being said, quick side note before we go into this, if you have extra time, go onto YouTube and then just look at all the cutscenes from God of War. It just tells the entire story in cutscenes. Just throwing that out there.
That would
Oh,
take
sweet.
all the God of Wars. That would take a long time.
Yeah. It's like a movie.
Sweet.
So
That's
when
all
you're
I
at
need.
work,
That's all I really need, though, because I don't want to play the game. I just want to know the story.
Yeah,
wait,
so when
wait.
you're
I
at
don't have
work-
to play any game. I could just look up the story on YouTube?
Don't listen to
dude,
them.
it's the same with the Deadpool video game. If you haven't watched all the cutscenes from the Deadpool video game back to back, have your fingers on Alt Tab just in case, because we know you're at work right now.
Mm-hmm.
Go to YouTube and do it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway,
Was that it?
oh, pretty much. It's just the reviews. It's last I saw had 83 reviews on Metacritic and had an average of 95%.
It's
I mean-
the graphics are insane, and it's on the PS4, which is crazy.
Yeah.
They just look amazing. The gameplay looks awesome. The story looks awesome.
Everything about it just looks super top notch.
Yeah,
so,
I even saw that. I don't game a ton, and I saw that God of War was has been really high in the ratings. Like people saying, "Hey, it's
Yeah.
surprising how good this is."
what I want to know is like what his main weapon is.
It has an axe.
It's an axe.
He has
Is it
an
an
axe
axe?
that he can like call back to him, kind of
Yeah,
like Thor does
'cause-
with Mjolnir.
Because in the
Justice.
first God of War games, the old gods gave him like 2 swords that he would just clip onto his back, but they were
Yeah.
hooked onto chains to him.
Yeah.
And so that's why they would come back to him.
So this is an axe that he can call back like Thor does with Mjolnir,
Hmm.
and then he has a shield thingy on his arm. Looks like it looks just like a bracer, but then he does whatever he does, and a shield comes out from it.
Oh, really?
Like
So it's
mechanically.
like the new Captain
Yeah.
America shield?
So he's Captain America and Thor mixed together in
Pretty
one.
much.
Wow.
Yep.
and
And
a Greek body.
and Hercules. He's Hercules, Captain America,
Like
and
that's
Thor.
working out. That's working out for Marvel. Let's just borrow a little of that.
Yeah.
Quick
Makes
side
sense.
note, too. That studio also made a game called Dante's Inferno that goes over
No,
Dante's Inferno.
that studio didn't make it. Santa Monica made
I,
God.
th- I
Didn't
thought
they
it was
make
the
the Order
same people.
1886?
No, that's a different one too.
I'm going to do some research really
The
quick.
people that made the Order 1886 are making Days Gone, I think.
Anywho, Dante's Inferno plays
Dante-
very, very similar
Yeah,
to
Dante's
God of War.
Inferno was made by an EA company,
Yeah, it was published by Electronic Arts, developed by Visceral
Visceral,
Games.
which doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
I
anywho,
don't think anyway.
irregardless, it plays very, very similar, and
Regardless.
it's really good.
I came so close to pre-ordering God of War
2009.
until I realized, with Tony's help, in fact, that I have so many games I haven't beat yet, so I started playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, God of War is like
Yeah.
hard R too.
Poor
Like, I
Visceral.
don't know what kind of people you play around, but there were lots of boobies in God of War.
This one, his son is following him around the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of boobies in this one,
Yeah.
but maybe.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
So yeah, I'm really excited. I saw the reviews for that, and I watched Digital Foundry's analysis of the technology behind the graphics and everything. And then I said okay, and I went and pre-ordered it just like that. It's like I'm sold.
They did make the Order 1886.
They did Santa
Yep.
Monica.
Yep.
Who am I thinking of then that's doing Days Gone?
I don't know.
Which is okay. So, side note, that's really weird because the Order 1886 wasn't that good. It was all right from a storytelling perspective and graphically. It was good, but the gameplay was pretty mediocre. Who is it? Santa Monica Studios?
Yeah.
Who made the other God of War games?
Santa Monica.
Oh, they also made the Order 1886.
Yep.
Well, that was a stumble. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm on Wikipedia right now.
Oh,
Let's grind this podcast to a halt to prove your ego. All right, let's do that.
Here, I'll buy us some time while
That's
you're looking
exactly
into that.
what we're doing.
So really quick, there's a lot of PS4 exclusive games that are coming out that make me like this close to buying a PS4.
Just do it. Sell your Xbox, buy a
Dude,
PS4.
Marvel's Spider-Man, that new
It
Spider-Man
looks
game,
so good.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah.
That and I mean, that's the thing is like at this point I could get rid of my Xbox One because all the games that are coming out that I want to play on console are available for both.
I know.
but the head
Yeah.
guy at Xbox is saying that it's coming. So you should
What's
just
coming?
games.
What, exclusive games?
exclusive games.
What's
They're coming.
what's the head guy like? Bill Gates?
I don't know. The head guy.
So,
He
So-
said, please don't leave.
Guys?
Please don't sell your stuff.
Guys,
We're
I'm back.
super sorry. Look, the hardware took a long time. Okay, pal. Okay, and
Up
and
here,
other
up
thing,
here, up
other
here.
thing, other things took a long time too. And the games are just going to take a long time. Okay, so don't just stick with us,
Dude, Xbox, hire me. I'll go talk to people and talk them into being exclusive. That's basically what I do for a job right now is just talk people into doing stuff that they don't want to do.
for ladders.
Janice.
Imagine what you could do for games, because games are so much more fun than ladders.
Right?
Yeah.
And the studios, I'm sure, have a lot more hospitable work environments.
Yeah.
Janice.
Didn't you have a top 5 games?
Yeah,
of
so the
this
other
year?
ones that I were talking about later on this year, Red Dead Redemption 2. Which,
good.
by the way, quick side note, did you guys already talk about how Rockstar has, Grand Theft Auto 5 has now made more money than
Oh, we haven't talked about that yet.
anything? Were we going to talk about
Highest-
that today?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Highest grossing
Media
media
of any kind.
ever.
What?
Whether book, video game, movie, highest grossing media of
Now
any,
it's
of all time.
single, right? Like highest grossing, because you can't say
Yeah,
franchise.
not franchise.
Okay.
Highest grossing media like
I don't remember. It's like
production.
7 billion or something like that by itself.
I thought it was 6. Either way.
It's in the
6,
hundreds
7,
of
whatever.
millions of copies sold.
Yeah.
but
Well, think about
microtransactions.
this. It came out on 360 and PS3,
It came out in 2013,
and
right?
then it came out,
Holy cow!
and then it came out on Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and since then they've just been adding onto the online component of it forever. So people just keep buying it. It's crazy, the success. They actually had to say, we don't expect Red Dead Redemption 2 to have the same success Grand Theft
my
Auto
gosh.
5 did, because
I think they have to say that with any game that
that's what they
release in
said.
the
They
future.
said basically GTA 5's an outlier, that they had no idea that it would do this well.
I don't know, that kind of open world game to where you can do anything. Come on. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but there's a lot of games out there that claim that. GTA 5 was one of the only ones to be able to deliver.
I guess.
on
All
a
that I'm
promise
saying
like
is the
that.
bar is set ridiculously high
Oh,
for
yeah.
Grand Theft Auto. And by the way, because it's the next one's going to be VI, if
Mm-hmm.
they don't do Grand Theft Auto Vice and set it back in like the 80s, that's
was
going to be
my-
a missed boat.
That was, I might be in
I
the
didn't like that
minority
game.
here. Yeah, that was my least favorite.
But that
one.
being said, it's kind of cool for the logo.
If it would be very cool for the logo, but I guess they could go and do it again, and maybe I'd like it more this time. I don't know. I just didn't get into that one for some reason.
There's a lot of throwbacks to the 80s right now.
Yeah, at big time,
But,
actually.
but the other games on my list, so other than, and it's in no particular order, got a Red Dead Redemption 2. And I spelled redemption wrong. Holy moly.
No, you didn't.
I fixed it for you.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's why.
That game looks so good, and we'll talk about its previous game in this episode, too, a little bit later.
God of War, obviously. Marvel Spider-Man, obviously. Kingdom Hearts, I wasn't a big fan of, but there seems to be a lot of hype around that game. And I hear that it's kind of convoluted with like Kingdom Hearts 1.5. I had a buddy try to explain it to me. Yeah. So anywho, I put that on there for everybody else. And then I didn't know Super Smash Brothers was dropping this year.
Yeah.
2018.
Do you think
I'm
it's
so
like
excited.
around Christmas time?
Probably.
Probably. I'll bet it's November-ish.
That is the only game that I can guarantee right now that I'm going to pre-order. If it was available on the Switch store, which by the way, one of my Switch paddles just went out.
Oh.
It just died.
I've had to send in my Switch controllers twice now.
Really?
Yeah. For them to fix. It's been annoying.
So now I just play it on my Pro controller regardless of if it's plugged in or not.
Send that in. They'll fix it.
I don't wanna. Where do I send it to? Do they have
only,
like a?
They'll only fix it if you've had it for less than a year. He has a 1-year warranty.
Yeah, I've had it over a year.
Oh, barely.
So you're out. You're kind of out of luck on that. Well, they might still help you out, maybe.
See,
'Cause
that's weird to me that I've only had it for a year because if I think of like all the experiences that I've had with my Switch, because I take it with me everywhere.
cut to a montage of him with the Switch and the song "Me and You" and "You and Me."
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I just love my Switch so much. But once I put down games on my Switch, I never pick them back up. Like I beat Zelda, never picked it up. Still haven't played any of the
I
expansions.
still haven't beat
Nothing.
that.
Really?
I'm not going to buy the expansions for that. They look ridiculous.
So I haven't beat it either, but I
You at
tried the
least-
Trial of the Sword.
Oh,
It's too hard.
Exactly.
I can't do it. It's
Yeah.
too hard. I got so pissed at that game so many times.
Yeah,
But
Mario
Did
Odyssey.
you
though,
throw your
that game-
computer or your?
No, I kept
throw your hand thing.
See,
I
you
kept
can't.
it.
You can't throw your controller anymore
'cause you got the
because
strap.
it's connected.
It's got a strap. Then it just flips into your face.
It was all Nintendo's plan.
They're like, let's punish
We're-
people.
We're gonna invent something that makes people hit themselves in the face.
Every time.
It started
I
back
hate this
on
game.
Started back on the Wii.
Take
Yeah.
that, Tyler.
And then I beat Mario Odyssey, and then I sold it.
Is there any
I'm
other
not
good
going
games
back
you
to that
guys
game.
have played on the Switch since then?
Doom. I play
Doom.
Doom all
Is
the
it
time.
worth getting?
Well, if you
on
haven't-
the
love it.
Switch,
If you haven't played it and
I
you
haven't
want to
pl- I
play
haven't
it,
played it.
if you want to play it portable, yes. But you have a really nice gaming PC
I do.
and time to play at home.
I do.
So I'd get it on PC.
I
100%.
do.
That's the only first-person shooter I have on the Switch, and that's why I wanted to get it. It's great. I love it.
I'm
Yeah.
playing Xenoblade 2.
Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles?
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
How is that game?
It's pretty cool.
Is it a JRPG?
It's JRPG, so I mean,
Does it have like a
there's-
million characters to remember and big
no,
hair?
Well, I mean, I'm only 5 or 6 hours into it, but apparently the tutorials still pop up another 15 hours into it from where I'm at because it's just such a robust combat system and everything.
I will admit, my first non-real person crush was to Misty in Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Non-person crush?
Yeah, she's a non-person. She's a cartoon.
Inhuman,
Inhuman.
non-human
Oh,
crush.
well, what's her name? Gabby from Ghost Rider?
That was your first?
Gabby, I gotta look that up.
Well, she was a person, though.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count. Doesn't count.
It's got to be animated or completely fictional.
Yeah.
Ghost
Have you never
Rider.
had like a
Word.
animated crush or anything?
Wrong.
I don't
Ghost
know.
Rider. Ghost Writer. WRITER.
I remember that show.
Yeah.
It was boring.
It was terrible.
Wasn't that a
it was
PBS
awesome.
show?
Yeah,
was
it
a
was.
PBS show.
Oh, and that was funded by viewers like you.
Hey, Jarron.
No, I never contributed.
just so you know, the Order 1886 was developed by Ready at Dawn Studios
Published by Santa Monica.
and co-developed by Santa Monica Studios.
Okay,
So
we're both right.
Ready at Dawn did all the work. That's why it wasn't good.
Huh?
We're gonna say that. We're gonna say it was because of that.
Why?
Santa Monica, whatever.
But, yeah, they're the ones doing that other.
I was
Days
right.
Gone. We were both,
Santa Monica's
we were both
like,
right.
no, don't tie us to this. Just let it go.
I
No.
really, I wouldn't be surprised because
They're like, no, we are going to run the Wikipedia page and
Yeah.
put whatever we want on there.
it was not so great.
Someday I'll learn how to use Wikipedia.
You just go to it and then don't believe anything on there.
I made an edit once.
You did?
Is
Yeah.
there like an administrator on a Wikipedia page?
No.
I don't know.
No, you just get to do whatever you want.
What?
Oh, yeah.
And people use that to
That's
like
the
cite
main
sources?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, I was thinking of another.
That's like STD of information.
Yeah. Yes.
Welcome to the Wikipedia discussion from a decade ago.
How do people stand for this?
I've been using Wikipedia exclusively for my facts.
Speaking of which, when are we going to talk about VR junkies? Are we talking about that this episode?
Yeah, we're talking about that this episode.
Okay.
I was no, they're Ready at Dawn is doing some crazy game called Lone Echo, and it's super futuristic looking.
Do you ever like really think about names of games?
Huh?
Like a lone echo? Like
So bringing the
Well, it's
discussion
just
back to games
echo
here.
by itself?
Which that's what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Ready at Dawn games.
Ready to
No, I'm
Oh,
talking about James here.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
what's up?
Xbox One X, they released some enhancements to some Xbox 360 games. Some really good ones too.
And some Xbox original games.
Yeah, so they this week they did Red Dead Redemption, the first one, Portal 2, The Force Unleashed, and
a whole mess of Star Wars games.
yeah, Force Unleashed 2, I think. Anyway, I tried out Portal 2 and Force Unleashed. Portal 2 looked amazing. Force Unleashed looked horrible.
Really?
Dude, that game does not age well.
Oh.
Gameplay, graphics,
Force Unleashed?
everything.
Gameplay
Story
either?
Yeah. I played like the whole first 2 levels.
What's that guy's name? Like Star Killer or something?
Yeah, Star Killer or something. Anyway, the graphics are just horrible. I cannot believe that Red Dead Redemption and Force Unleashed were out on the same generation of consoles.
You want to know what sucks?
There was a long time in between those games, I think. And Red Dead Redemption was, dude, the Rockstar Rage engine, man, that's just a good engine.
Yeah.
You know what sucks is they nailed a Star Wars game back in, what year did this come out? 2003.
Jedi
Freaking
Academy.
Jedi Academy. The best Star Wars game, hands down.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Amazing.
Ah, dang it. I didn't think about that. No. Well, yeah, it's a different kind of
But
game.
we talked about PS4 having all the great new games. Well, Xbox One, they're keeping it alive with
They're like, let's
all the backwards
polish up.
compatibility.
Let's polish up some turds.
No, these are the good games.
No,
that we're
it's-
polishing up.
polish up the good games from years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
these games are awesome, and I'm so glad I get to play Portal 2 in 4K now.
And Red Dead Redemption actually looks really good.
It does.
In 4K. It's native 4K, basically a locked 30 frames per second. There's almost no frame rate dips. And they upped the anisotropic filtering so the textures look a lot better.
What does that mean?
Makes the textures look better.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you know a word like that? Like, where do you find that word?
Digital Foundry.
Yeah, I was going to say, most of it's from Digital Foundry. Go watch, if you get a chance, Digital Foundry's YouTube channel. Go check out the Red Dead Redemption 4K analysis they did last week. It's awesome.
I keep attempting to play that game, and I keep getting to that threshold that everybody says you just need to get over. It's like the first hour or something like that. Everybody's like, just get past the first hour, and then you'll love it. And I get to the end of the first hour, and then I look at my catalog of games that I have to play, and then
You're
I
just
pick
burned
something
out.
else.
And you're
Maybe-
just like, no more. I can't.
Maybe you're not getting to the same point in an hour that everyone else gets to.
I tend to get distracted with environments.
Yeah.
Hey, Owen.
And that game is huge for distracting environments.
Speaking of environments, I'm gonna let you finish, Jarron. But
Uh,
I had the worst
Okay.
case of motion sickness 2 weeks ago. I purchased on Steam because I had an entire room in my house dedicated to VR.
Had?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
because of how sick I got. I purchased Fallout 4. 4. And I made it a solid 2 hours in that game, and then I spent the next 6 hours throwing up, which was fantastic.
Ugh.
That doesn't sound fantastic at all.
No. Go ahead, Jarron.
Well, my not very timely joke now was just going to be, Owen, how do you get over that hump with your kids?
Takes longer than an hour.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Okay, so
Do you like your kids, right?
I love my kids.
Oh, okay, cool.
8 out of 10.
Just
Yeah,
making
8 out of 10.
Hey, we've been over this. I have 2 more kids since then.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, did
Crazy,
you guys know that we're? Oh, I already told you guys. We're having a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. October.
Congratulations,
Thank
James.
you.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
That
Pop-
was a
popping a baby
that
out.
was a good Facebook
High
video you
five.
put out
Thank
for that,
you.
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made my mom cry, and that was the point.
That is the only
it.
point of Facebook.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the day that I found out that I was going to be a daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So, backstory, I was coming home on Valentine's Day, and my wife's like, you should film yourself. And I was like, sweet.
Why?
This is great. I love
Hello.
It's Valentine's Day.
Everything's coming up, James.
I know what's happening. And it was a complete plot twist.
Yeah.
Turns
Instead of-
out I was having a baby.
Yeah, and-
Still just as good.
Yeah.
Just as good.
Just
Just
as good news.
Just as good.
Reaping what you sow.
Yep. Completely different film that I thought was in my
Yeah.
mind.
There
It's
you
good,
go.
though.
Yeah, it was
You
good.
thought it was going to be a self-made porno or something?
That's exactly what he thought it would be. So let's actually keep rolling with the video game talk. We got contacted by VR Junkies to
Yup.
go check out their flagship store in the University Mall.
Boy,
in
that was a
Orem,
lot of fun.
and to go check out what they're all about.
We spent
and-
a total of like what, 3 hours?
yeah, we were there for 2.5, 3 hours.
You got us
and
lunch and everything.
It was
great. Yeah.
really fun.
And they have stores worldwide, actually. They have
Worldwide,
stores
that was
in New
pretty crazy.
Zealand,
Freaking
Canada,
Mordor. They got a
much of the west of
store.
the United States.
They got a store in Hawaii as well. So I mean,
They were the original VR arcade.
yep. And I gotta say, really cool. Basically, any VR game you could think of that you could get on like Steam or whatever, you can go play at their VR.
which is a huge plus. If you own a VR headset, you know how expensive those games are. So if you're kind of on the fence and just saying like, I don't know if I want to buy this game, it's worth like what, $10? I don't remember exactly the pricing, but just go pay like $10 and then just try it out. And on top of that, go have a great time with your friends.
Yeah, that was one of the great things about VR Junkies versus other people is that they have tighter breakdowns for how long you can play.
yeah,
And also they let you split between 2. So like if you want to buy an hour, you can split that between like 2 or 3 people.
because the more time
And-
you buy, the less it costs per
Yeah.
per yeah.
And they let
time
you split
frame.
that between 2 people or 3 people if you want to have a group of people come in and play. And
Yeah, and you can actually play multiplayer together
Yeah.
on some of the games all in the same area. So you could be using like 3 or 4 different areas. All of you get in at once and then play co-op.
Yeah, so we were pretty tech savvy, and so we were in there. We got the idea of the games, but I watched, and there was some kids that came in that didn't really know, and some parents that were like, "How do we play this?" Some people came in that were inexperienced, and one of the cool things about theirs is their techs also know all the games, and like basically can give you like a live walkthrough of like,
Yeah.
okay,
Help you
here's
out,
what
get
you're
you
doing.
started.
Yeah, like for me, they had to come hold me back because I walked out of the grid.
Yes, you
And I almost tackled y'all on the couch.
I
so,
remember that. That was
yeah,
a good
the
time.
good times.
By the way, a video of that's going to be coming out sometime this week. I've
Nice.
started editing it, and it'll be done sometime this week.
Also, I had sore muscles in places I didn't even know I had sore muscles could be. Like I almost fell down the stairs
Can you
multiple
illustrate
times.
on the plush doll?
So
how
on the plush doll,
you
I
hurt and
had
where?
sore muscles basically in this area.
He's motioning at the entire doll.
the whole doll, and with the majority of the pain being a 8. That's 8.
Oh
8 out
wow!
of 10.
Yeah, 8 right here in the quads.
But do you feel like you got to work
Because
out,
nobody
though?
stopped me from acting like an idiot in Neo Hot,
Super hot.
super hot,
Neo.
Neo
Neo
hot.
Hot, super hot.
Neo
whatever.
Hot's, I mean, you're in the Matrix basically.
Yeah.
in that
We're
game.
still not preventing you from acting like an idiot.
Yeah, I know, but I needed somebody to stop me and be like, "Hey, Owen, those gigantic squats and lunges you're doing, while they look cool, you look stupid and you're hurting yourself."
You did not look stupid. You looked exactly like Neo from
Oh.
our perspective.
I'm pretty gonna get. Wait,
Yeah.
That was pretty cool then, I
It's
guess.
great.
what were the games that we played? We played Super Hot,
Super hot.
Yep.
Arizona Sunshine.
Yep.
Arizona
Yeah.
Sun, and Space Pirate, right?
Space
Pirate,
Pirate.
yeah.
Space Pirate. That was my favorite one. That was a lot of fun.
That was my favorite was Super Hot for sure.
Yeah.
My favorite was Arizona Sunshine. You get to walk around and kill zombies.
My favorite was seeing Jarron play Arizona Sunshine and scream when he ran out of ammo.
they were
and got-
everywhere.
and got it like he turned and there was just one right in his face. And he
yeah.
started.
It's,
He started punching.
it's a true
Yep.
story.
It was good times. I
Right.
hope we got that. I hope we got that on the
Oh,
footage.
big time we did.
Yeah.
We also gave Jarron a crotch cam.
Yep.
which I'm really
Uh-huh.
excited.
That was
Yeah.
so
really
good.
excited.
That was so good.
Yeah, I forgot to take it off when I went to the bathroom. It was great. Anyway, what I thought was cool about VR Junkies is if you've never tried VR, if you're in the market for a VR headset, it's a perfect trial run.
Get your feet wet there for a lot cheaper than gambling on buying a headset.
Yep.
How many times have you returned your VR equipment, James?
3 times.
Okay, so that's a lot.
Hey, Jared.
James
would have been good too.
I have a email from Amazon that says if I return anything within the next 6 months, they're canceling my membership. Dang it!
The other cool thing is that these guys, we asked them about their hardware and stuff, and they're running 1070s at least in their
every
machines.
Computer, yeah.
They're also really dedicated to staying up on the newest VR equipment. So you're not going to go in there and get right now they have the equipment that's out, but the new headsets are coming, right?
So the HTC Vive Pro just came out, I believe, this week or last week, and they were scheduled to get at least one in their flagship store and in their other stores as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool. If you want to try out VR, it's a perfect opportunity. If you want to, if you don't want to spend all the money on putting together an entire PC and everything for it, then just go play at the arcade.
It's great. You can play like 5, even 10 minutes. Like they have really low time slots so that if you just want to go and spend some time for a minute, like an actual arcade used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You can go do that. You don't have to commit to like 30 minutes or 60 minutes or you lose the money. They don't do that. That was one of the really cool things. And the other thing is that they can stand up a place like they're all over, like Jarron was saying. You can basically walk in any store and
we can't really speak to the other locations, but the one at the Aura Mall, I mean, just play for a little bit, go get some food, and then just come back and keep playing, man.
Yeah.
And they did not pay us, if you were wondering.
Oh yeah, no. This is it wasn't sponsored at all. This is just us having a good time there. So, but yeah, we definitely appreciate the invite to come out and check it out. And
we're probably going to go back sometime in the future, right?
Oh yeah,
I hope so.
So I was like looking for anti-motion sickness medication because I get super motion sick and I hate it. I would have done exactly like James did and turned it all in as soon as I had spent even 1 hour being sick. So I didn't get sick at all. I didn't play Arizona Sunshine because that one, just watching James hop around like a maniac, made me sick watching. I had to stop watching it. So, but watching Jarron do it, it wasn't as bad because he actually took his time and wasn't crazy. But James was crazy.
I get pretty crazy when it comes to VR.
And James did not get killed by a zombie, whereas I did.
You did.
The last little bit of VR that I want to try sometime, though, is I've been seeing more and more people play Mario Kart on VR.
What?
I don't know how that's...
Some videos for that look ridiculous.
Like
How is
you
that
can reach your
possible?
hand up and pull and grab like I don't know. That's the
It's
thing.
obviously custom made stuff.
Yeah, don't they have a
Nintendo
cart you
didn't-
ride
Nintendo
in,
didn't
like the
make it.
tipping?
Yeah,
The
and it's
tipping
like
cart?
yeah.
I want one.
And I've seen like somebody in like some kind of like fake slide. I've seen more like booths at like I think the Fashion Place Mall has one where it emulates you're in a roller coaster and stuff, and the whole seat moves. And I don't know. That's the next step in VR that I want to take. I also haven't seen Ready Player One.
I haven't
I don't
either.
know if that's good.
It was good.
Movie's great.
I
loved
enjoyed it. Yeah,
I've heard divorce the idea from the book.
Yeah,
and
don't-
it's a good movie.
exactly.
I have not read the book, and I loved it.
The problem, well, I mean, real quick, if they were supposed to make it exactly like the book, the movie would have been really boring because the book has a ton of exposition and like referential minutia to the 80s and things like that.
There's a lot of inside baseball.
It's almost like reading a Wikipedia article sometimes about the 80s or Atari or whatever. I find it really interesting.
Yeah, I loved the book.
I loved the book,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't translate well to a movie.
Well, and that's
No.
the kind of the new trend is to prey on nostalgia, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, like speaking of that,
100%.
so like we've got our Xbox or our SNES mini consoles, and we've got all that. Well, now Sega is jumping on that.
Sega's in.
Sega's in. They're like, wait. People are actually spending money. We've got old games. We've got old
we got them
games.
too, guys.
And I can buy. I can order a Raspberry Pi.
You like Mortal Kombat?
So Sega is making their own mini console called the Mega something. What's it called?
Mega Drive Mini,
Mega
Mini
Drive.
Mega Drive.
I'm still waiting for the N64, man. When
I
that
am
drops,
too. Oh,
I'm
that's
buying
my
that
jam.
day one.
Let me tell you about this Sega Mega Mini Drive real quick, though. Be cautious
Let me tell you
before you
something.
put any money down on this because they've teamed up with a company before called At Games, I believe is what it's called. Anyway, Sega's actually, through this other company, put out several retro consoles
Yeah.
that come preloaded with like 50 games or something and still play the cartridges.
Are they poopy?
They are poopy.
Oh.
They do not emulate very well.
I mean,
You
like
see a
their
lot of slowdown.
what was Sega's last good one? Dreamcast? Was that their last big release?
Yeah.
Hard release? Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, they're teaming up with them again to make this Sega Mega Drive Mini with this
really?
games. Yeah.
So it's not even going to be. So it's not anything new for them.
No, that's
Oh.
the thing. So, definitely be wary. Read some reviews. See how it is before you go plop down your hard-earned money.
Yeah, I mean, it
but the
feels like that's
potential-
the thing. Like
the
jump on
potential
it.
for it is really cool. So hopefully it pans out.
I hope so. I mean, they didn't really take as much care with their intellectual property as Nintendo did.
That's exactly what happened. Nintendo needed a quick buck. At Games was like, "Hey, we'll pay you this much money to license out your stuff."
Yeah.
Okay.
Sega was like, yeah, there you go.
Oh, this
Oh,
is
we need
garbage.
that.
Oh well.
Oh well, we made some money off of it.
Really quick, if one of us is living in the past, we still have their original Xbox One, and they wanted to get an Xbox One X, what do you guys feel would be the best trade-in method?
I just
for
did that.
Something like that.
I literally just did that, and I waited for the spring sale that Jarron, my deal guru, he found the spring deal guru thing that he does, and I swapped mine out.
So was it through like a Best
It
Buy
was
or something?
eBay, right? eBay does that
Well, that was a one-time
coup-
deal.
Yeah, but they do it like
How much did you end up picking it up for?
so. I got the Xbox One X with the 1 terabyte drive, right?
They all come with that.
Yeah. So that was it. Kind of ended up being
And it had
like
2 games. It had Destiny 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, and it was like what, $3.99,
Yep.
$3.80.
It's
Yeah,
basically $100 off.
yeah.
And then how much did you get for your system when you traded it in?
So I'm still working on that. That's the slower sell just because I'm trying to
so
find
you're
a way.
selling it independently?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no trade in. I didn't go to GameStop or.
Well, I was gonna say I
Put
was
it in.
looking online on Slick Deals, and then you can find one for $4.89, but meh. I just wanted to know if GameStop was worth it. But
Yes, if they run a deal, or sometimes they'll do something like extra $50 when you trade
Right.
in the system towards the new system.
If you want,
Watch out for that.
I'm trying
maybe.
to lower cash cost of mine, so I'm not in the mood to get games for it. I could always go take my Xbox One and trade it in for some
credit.
credit and waste my money at GameStop, but I'm trying to get cash for it.
Yeah. So I think that about wraps up our gaming news. We had quite a bit today, actually. I want to hit briefly on the AMD Ryzen 2nd Gen CPUs have been announced and are up for pre-order right now. A few benchmarks have leaked along the way.
They're pretty
And
good.
If they're to be believed, if these benchmarks are accurate, you're looking at a pretty decent jump
Yeah.
over last year's Ryzen.
Like in the Intel arena, like it's making Intel sit up and take notice.
Exactly, it's competing pretty well in many aspects with the Intel 8700K and the 8600K. So the AMD ones, it's a 2500X and the 2700X are the CPUs there, and they're very, very similar to the Ryzens from last year, but you're getting better memory speed on your RAM, and you're also getting higher clock speeds. So all in all, it's just improvements all around. And
But
AMD's
no
really,
die shrink or anything.
no. Was it? No, I don't think there was a die shrink. If there was, it was very small, like 14 to 12 instead of a big leap like that. But price wise, you're very, very competitive. The big boy, the 2700X, $330.
Wow,
$329.
I might upgrade that in my miner, miner, just because.
That's the other thing. Same socket as last year,
Yeah.
so you can just drop it. Update your BIOS first, so it's compatible with the new Ryzen line, and then you just drop that CPU right in there. So, really, really good stuff. I'm really excited to see AMD continue to improve on the stuff that they started last year. So, official benchmarks and things like that, and reviews for it will come out probably in the next week or two. So keep an eye out for that. But if the leaks are to be believed, they got another good one on their hands. Let's see. Let's talk about TVs for a second, because Vizio had a sweet announcement this last week.
I'm in the market for one of these. I was actually going to ask you guys this. So, Jarron, educate me.
Yeah, if you own an HDR TV that you bought in the last, I don't know, 2 years, just prepare to be kind of depressed
Kind of angry.
that your TV isn't lasting as long as previous TVs you may have purchased in your life.
you mean the
As far as-
1080p one that I got back in 2008 that's
Yeah.
still working?
lasting as long as meaning that before the next big thing comes out.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it still works.
Oh, that's what I thought you were alluding to. I'm like, it works just fine.
Anyway, Vizio, they announced a new P series. They kind of split the P series line now. They have 2 different P series.
They split their P.
Their normal P series, which is the replacement for last year's, and last year's was just pretty much the exact same TV as the year before that. That's a pretty good upgrade. It gets up to 1,000 nits brightness.
Versus the 500 or so
versus
from the year before.
Yeah, versus the
yeah,
500.
okay.
So about twice as bright. And it priced similarly. It goes all the way up to 75 inches. Good solid TV. It doesn't have the tablet remote anymore, which isn't a big deal at all. The bezels are a little bit thinner. Not big of a deal on a TV. But the TV that looks very interesting is their P Series Quantum.
Oh, anything with the word quantum on it, I automatically kind of like.
Mm-hmm.
So this only comes in 65 inches, which is a huge bummer. I wish they went all the way up to 85
For
like
now.
Sony does.
They didn't say that it's going to stay that way. You
Yeah.
think? Why would they only manufacture one size of their flagship?
I don't know.
I think they're still working on. If you ask me, it sounds like they're still working on not quality control.
That's conjecture. Well, we'll see if it actually happens.
Your conjecture.
Yes, I am. Anyway, it
Hurts.
It
doesn't
goes
it, Tony?
for $2,200, which really isn't too much more than their normal P series. So I would spend like the extra $500 and get that.
Because what do you get for it?
You get quantum dot technology, so the colors will be more vibrant. It'll be better than what they have on their normal P series. It's the same tech that Samsung uses on their QLED TVs. But the most impressive part is it goes up to 2,000 nits brightness.
That's like you almost when the screen gets super bright, that bright, you almost want to look away.
Yeah.
Like 2000's bright.
And it's full array local dimming, so it'll go super black.
The old P series is full array local dimming.
Yeah, it
too.
is. This one has more zones, but it'll go super black, and it'll go super bright.
Dark. It's 2018, just super dark. Buddy. Come on.
Good one. And it'll go super bright up to 2,000 nits. So it's a really, really good looking TV. The Smart OS, their OS on there looks horrible still, like it is in their current P series. But other than that,
there's not a single TV manufacturer out there that has a really good smart OS.
Sony, they use Android TV.
Yeah, but it's still janky.
Yeah.
I was
still
waiting for
better
that.
than anyone else, though.
I was waiting for that. Ubuntu actually had in the works a
TV OS?
TV OS that you could like flash over the top.
Oh, wow.
And the project kind of died. This was a couple years ago, but the project kind of died, and Android TV came out, and then everybody just kind of went nowhere. But
yeah.
Do they make a good smart TV yet that just turns into like a smart hub in the background yet?
No.
In its off time?
What do you mean smart hub?
To where it like tells you like the time, the date. If you have like
So
any,
you want the TV to be on constantly?
That's not a smart hub.
I want it to just be like dimmer, obviously, but like
That would work with OLED TVs.
You want a screensaver?
yeah, I want a screensaver.
Yeah.
Just have it tell me like what what the temperature is outside. Maybe
So actually,
Have it turn into a
Samsung's new
picture?
TVs, they do something like that. You take a picture of the background of where the TV is going to be mounted. So if it's going to be mounted on brick, you take a picture of the brick, and then the TV will do some weird software stuff to make it look like it's invisible.
that's cool.
so it'll show
Yeah.
the stand that it's connected to in the back with a bunch of wires.
So ideally, no wires, but
Right.
that I guess the point is to leave it on all the time to
to make it look like it's not there.
Yeah.
We are developing cloaking technology, aren't we?
That's
You
the
need like
next
a-
step.
That's the first step.
You
but
need like
you-
a bezel-less TV for that.
You take a picture with your phone though. There's no cameras in the TV.
What?
Right.
Yeah, and
Same.
the power requirements would be obscene because it'd be on all the time.
Yeah.
But faintly.
Like
No, 'cause
they
it-
just need a rear-facing camera that can take a picture of whatever's behind the TV.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be faintly because it's an LCD TV.
There's a spider that's crawling behind it. It's just,
There's our mount. Yeah. I'm in the mode this year. Maybe possibly like the end of this year to get a new TV. So I was at Costco looking at them, and they didn't have any of these P series Quantum.
Yeah,
They
I was just thinking of
barely
all
came
the
out.
They
I was
come
just
out.
thinking of all the cool things that have quantum, like quantum computing,
Yeah.
these quantum TVs,
The
Quantum
company
of Solace.
quantum leap.
the
Quantum entanglement.
we
Yeah.
have a quantum ladder where I work, and it's the
See?
best ladder.
See, anything
Quantum.
with the word quantum.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's all the rage.
So anyway,
I think I might stop by GameStop once I leave.
you gonna
Yes.
buy that X today?
if my wife's not home.
You know what she's gonna do now, right?
We're having.
Why did you steal from our child?
We're having a kid.
No, it's for the child. It's
We're having
for
a
the
kid.
baby.
I need to get these purchases in under the wire.
You still
this
need
is
to
the male?
prove.
This is the male version of nesting.
No, yeah, it's you need to prove to yourself you're still a man, and you can do what you want.
Yeah. Well, considering we're getting our roof done right now, all of our carpets will be done on the 22nd, and we're going to Japan next month.
And those are all for
Seems
your
like
wife.
you're-
You
seems
need to
like
get for yourself.
It's a good time for me to cook the books and just get it right in
That's
there
right.
under the wire.
Just slide it into the other expenses.
I also did this.
Is there anything else I need to buy for around like $300-ish?
I can't think of
The
it.
that Star Wars vacuum.
Oh, you could get a 2 terabyte solid state drive for your computer.
I already got one.
2
It's
terabyte
it's
solid
an
state?
8 terabyte.
You don't have a solid state.
Oh, what?
You're wrong.
Solid state.
I
drive.
don't know how
Didn't
to.
you just get a 2 terabyte
I
solid state?
did. I did.
I don't know how to
It's pretty
install
great.
those things.
That's why you asked me.
You put
Dude,
them in.
I don't want
and
to
then you
use you for
format 'em.
tech support.
Yes, you do.
All right. I've been waiting to do this. Tell James is coming back on the show for a day. Our
What is
boring
this?
company hats finally
Oh,
showed up.
that's so good.
Put it on.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
good. I
yeah.
actually put this in the
You were
show
the
notes
best.
today.
So we talked about this way back at the end of the
baby.
year because I ordered these as Christmas gifts, and they finally showed up.
I put this in the show notes
I
today.
like to think
Thanks,
that
Elon.
Elon spent some time with each one of these hats.
Yep. I paid extra so that these hats got rubbed on his bare chest before they got sent out.
I
to us.
believe it. They feel like Elani goodness.
So I love it. It's just a black hat with the words on the front, "The Boring Company," and the O is filled in like a tunnel.
I like how that's what you took away from that.
It's fantastic. I'm a hat guy, so
I know, me too. I'm really excited.
So yeah,
I've had to sit on these for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks
I'm gonna wear these to work tomorrow.
when I've just wanted to wear it and go
so
outside.
so Elon, this is part of these hats are actually part of Elon's master plan for scheming for funding
Yeah,
the Boring Company.
that's right.
And he just got through a huge round of funding in
Yep.
the Boring Company to move forward, and the hats and the flamethrowers were part of that.
I kind of regret a little bit not getting a flamethrower.
I wanted a giant creme brulee torch.
That's
and,
pretty much what it is.
or
The-
weed burner.
The flame only came out on that about 4 feet,
The flame still burns.
but just very short.
Holy cow! This is the first time I've ever seen Jarron in a hat
Oh,
in my
yeah.
entire life.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just talking about that.
Get ready to go
No.
bald, buddy.
Jarron.
Jarron, you just broke the contract with your hair that you
broke
made.
your contract
Dude,
with
when,
your hair.
when you put your fingers through your hair, some fell out.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I almost got it on camera, people, but it was I announced it.
Abandon ship.
Yep, they're like he's broke the
there
deal.
it
We're
is.
leaving.
There's one. Jarron, what's the contract you made
That's how
with
it
your
starts,
hair?
buddy.
Long ago, I promised my hair I would never put a hat on. If my hair promised me it would never fall out.
And you just ruined it.
You ruined
This was all part of my plan to make Jarron go bald like me.
I'm short.
Worth
My
it.
hair is the only thing I have.
Yeah,
Worth it.
that's how you get on rides at Lagoon or other amusement parks.
Yeah, I have to poof it up.
Yep.
I knew Jarron wouldn't wear the hat, so I bought it for him just because everyone else was getting one.
Aww.
And I figured he would put it in his office as a display.
Yeah.
Because
It's
it
a
looks cool.
souvenir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear it to work tomorrow. I can't wait. This is gonna be great. Thank you, Tony.
Hey, you're welcome.
Hey, thank you, Tony.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Tony.
I can't wait.
And just in case the listeners are wondering, this was my own money. I didn't buy this with Patreon money.
This was this was a Christmas gift.
Yep, that's right. All right. So pretty excited to
Hey,
wear
quick
that
side
this
note too.
weekend.
I want to come back
Pretty
on the
excited.
show after I get back from Japan
Well,
because
of course.
I want to pick you guys up some like individualistic Japanese
James, you are always welcome on the show.
gadgets while I'm in
Japanese.
Japan.
You mean Japanese?
Japanese.
Oh, that's
I
good too.
accept your offer.
I require a dead whale.
They
I
have a
thought
lot
they
of those
only
in Japan.
I thought they only sell them by the fin.
Well, then I'll take a
You
fin.
want an entire whale though.
Yeah, if they ship it here.
Well, you know,
It's for
all
research.
he wants
It's for research.
Science.
He wants his pound of blubber. Owen must have his pound of flesh.
Owen, just look down, okay? Then you'll find it.
Hey, that's a fat joke. Accurate. Painful still, but accurate.
That is
That
so
was
mean.
a sick burn, dude.
Jarron's Jarron's really starting to feel the pain of losing his hair.
Yeah.
It starts
It's already,
like that.
it's already got him. It's got the vein popping out. He's broken the truce with his hair.
Well, I promised I wouldn't make fun of James. So.
Sorry,
Sorry, Owen.
You
okay.
broke that in the first minute of the show.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised you haven't said anything, me.
About what in particular?
I don't know. Hey, speaking of which, the other day, dude, I got drop shipped. I've been like kind of surprised at how good the Instagram advertisements to me lately have been. And the other day I finally broke down and I got a hoodie off of Instagram that was like $30. Cut to a month and a half later, I finally get it. It's like covered in Chinese.
Uh-huh.
I got drop shipped. I got
Is that
drop shipped.
bad?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad.
Why
it
is
just,
that bad?
It means that they're the middleman between me and Alibaba, most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you see advertisements on Instagram,
Or Facebook.
most
right?
likely it's just some rando person either in somewhere in Asia or in freaking California.
Yeah.
And
That's
they
how
just
they make their money.
Yeah, and they're
They provide a service.
yeah, the services they sold me like a $5 hoodie for like $37.
You're darn right.
And then now I can't return it. Dang it.
That's how I get all my. That's how I get all my snarky T-shirts. And now all my my Facebook feed is just full of them.
There's this.
So like, if you bought one T-shirt,
yeah, you want this one,
you
right?
want this one too.
My wife semi-frequently buys stuff from. I can't remember the name of the place. Oh well, there's another one out there that does similar thing called Wish. You've heard of Wish?
Yeah, I know.
It's the same
Wish.
idea.
My wife just spent $100 on there.
Which means she bought like 18 pounds.
Our
worth
mailman
of stuff.
hates us.
Yeah.
18 pounds worth of 3-cent
I
items.
have been getting nothing but weirdly packaged things from China for a week and a half.
Yep.
What?
Delete that app.
Never heard of this.
Dude, you never heard of Wish?
Wish
Uh-uh.
is the
check
worst.
out Wish.
My wife just bought these things you put together. It's a little child's toy, and they're these little. And she's like,
Every
I
part of
got
that is-
them, and she's like, really? And she's there. It's about what 6 by 6.
Yeah.
If you got it off of Wish, every part of that's a choking hazard.
Yeah.
Heads up.
And probably covered in lead paint.
And she's like,
Choking hazard for adults too.
she's like
It's
the
that bad.
picture. She's like the picture showed this to be like 12 inches. I thought this was gonna be, and it's a little like it's almost the size of just a little child's like toy. It's tiny.
I thought she was used to things that should be big being smaller.
Mhm.
It's the size. It's the
That's a
size
sick
of an-
burn,
But-
James.
But Owen's like putting it together, and then all of a sudden it just ends up in his mouth.
Choking
Crazy Wish.
Anyways, the thing to take away from Wish is that everything on the site is bigger than it appears in real life. Also, there's like a 30% chance that you're going to have a broken package. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's going to come broken.
For sure.
Some
So many things.
It's
on that
it's
site.
definitely about your own risk.
Are we not
Yeah.
doing phrasing
Kind of a
anymore?
Nope.
phrasing.
Let's see. We need to have our crypto minute, Owen.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
sorry.
try. You know, I was going
Ready,
through,
set, go.
and I thought that
This is Owen's Crypto Minute.
you're-
He talks about
I want
it
an
in a
extension.
minute.
I want an extension. I
All
want
right.
those 10 seconds.
Starting now.
Okay, so the crypto minute here is there's a rapper out there who made $1 million.
2 Chainz?
He was a real estate agent, got into crypto, and
And then wrapped.
now he's a rapper called Coin Daddy. And we all need to make this guy the mascot, because if this guy can make rap, which is horrible, then we can all succeed at cryptocurrency.
Did you say if this guy could make rap?
Yeah.
Yo, I got my crypto
Did I
coin.
say that wrong? Did I not make rap?
I don't know.
I was gonna say make music, but it doesn't qualify under the exact terms
my
of making
crypto.
music.
Oh, that's racist.
No, I think that's
No.
consistent with the whiteness of your skin, the way you said
Actually,
What?
you're right. You're
Ri-
right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
it. Okay.
I'm just
guy.
exercising.
This guy over here makes rap.
I
Yeah.
assembled
Can you
rap.
believe- He makes rap for a living. Can you believe that off of cryptocurrency?
All I do is unwrap things.
And then the other thing is Bitmain. It's
10
gonna go.
seconds.
It's gonna go over a minute.
That's okay.
Bitmain, they're pausing on their Ethereum ASICs. Because the meeting happened, the Ethereum dev meeting happened, and they're like, if Bitmain releases Ethereum ASICs,
We're done.
we're going to change the algorithm.
Yeah.
And right now, because they're not public, Bitmain is able to mine the crap out of Ethereum with their ASICs that most people believe exist already.
So you think
And as long as they don't sell them on the market,
you think they're just mining like crazy
these
in a warehouse?
these things are producing gigahash of
Hash?
hashing power on the Ethereum network. They're going to sell these things for $800. Like compared to
Well,
hash per
so
dollar on the
It's a lot lower.
it's way lower for
But-
even against Nvidia and AMD.
I looked at the hash rate comparison that these are going to have, and you're talking about for $800 you get, what was it, 80 mega hash?
Yeah, 800.
It's not giga hash.
It's-
It's not
no.
800. No way, dude.
It's got to be.
It's not. Oh, it's not more than 100.
Oh, I thought it was more than. I thought it was.
It's basically like one of those is like having 4 or 5 1070s if I remember correctly, which is still a great value proposition because you get it for $800, and if you were to buy 4 1070s, you're in it $1,600
Yeah.
at regular prices, not including the inflated prices.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
still
was gonna
$800. $800 even if you got 80 giga hash at $800.
That's still a great value proposition,
Way better.
but it's not nearly the same kind of like
Like
crypto changing that the Bitcoin miners had.
right,
Those
the-
were insane.
Yeah, those come out with terahash, like
Yeah.
15 terahash for insane, and they sell for $3,200.
For the cheap ones.
Yeah, and then on top of that, so whatever Ethereum ASICs, pay attention if you want or not. They're holding off until further notice, I guess. And then
Was it you that was telling me about why Ripple, Raven is so ASIC proof?
yeah, so Raven's a really cool coin because it has 16 different algorithms.
Yeah.
And it uses the block. It uses the last 8 digits from the previous block to randomize which algorithm it's going to go to next.
So it's
on
like,
the network.
It's like for realsies ASIC proof.
Some of here's the problem, and here's the method for an ASIC for this is what they found. It's by its nature the algorithm is ASIC resistant because it jumps to a whole bunch of different algorithms. However, separately those algorithms can have ASICs created, and if you could find a way to mathematically calculate which algorithm it's going to go to next, you could have a firewall or a router route that traffic to a specific ASIC
So you'd
every
want
time it changes.
basically 16 ASICs.
You would
for
have to
all
have-
the different
yeah.
algorithms.
Yeah, but they're
That's
saying that could technically be, and so they had and the X16R is the algorithm it randomizes through those, and they can add more algorithms to that if they want.
Oh.
A new coin came out called Pigeon that uses X16S, which it puts them all in order, so that
So it
it's
makes it easy to predict.
easier to predict. Anyway,
That's stupid.
Ravencoin's a pretty cool project. I've been following that one pretty closely. It's a lot of fun. But the last thing here is actually game related to crypto. So somebody made a line rider game that follows the crypto market. So you on your sled, you ride
the graph.
you ride the graph of the cryptocurrency and other coins if you want.
That's a lot of downhill.
That's a lot of downhill. So. But anyway, I think I'm gonna check it out just because it looks like a lot of fun and it's kind of punny.
You know what they should do is they should make that game realistic, in that if it started back over a year ago, that you'd have to climb to the mountain.
Yeah.
So your character would actually trudge up the graph and then ride it down when it finally gets to the top.
So
That'd be funny. Yeah,
But,
funny?
uh,
Very comedically humorous.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
yeah, they would have to climb up and go downhill.
Like that one sledding game.
That's exact. It's using that
Right.
same idea. Anyway, that was your crypto minute. You can
Yeah, that was bad. That was like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I was thoroughly entertained.
yeah.
Yeah,
If,
it was
if you want to know more
awesome.
about crypto, you can just hit me up individually, I guess.
Hey, Austin Beauregard, you're listening to this, right?
Boom.
Good.
Okay, Jarron put this article on there that I was hesitant to click on it because it sounds like bunk. HD vinyl. What is this? What is a
Wait.
record?
Can I take a stab at this because I didn't read the show notes for that one in particular?
Go for it.
I'm assuming that because vinyl's making such a big comeback right now,
Yeah.
that they are either selling vinyl players that detect more
The
of
only thing I could think of is an up conversion.
Well, I guess we'll do what you want.
Now, what were you going to say?
Yeah, that's about it.
They
You kinda nailed it.
They detect more of the.
However, that being said-
because that's the thing with the vinyl is it's an actual physical medium.
It is, yeah.
and then the needle feels the groove, which produces the music.
That's the thing is at my mom's house, we have this. I mean, it's probably as big as this table. It's a vinyl and 8-track player, I believe.
You open it up.
And you open up the
Oh, yeah.
top, and the sound It's amazing I mean, it's probably from like the 70s, maybe 60s. It's heavy as all else.
I can't agree. I think that's just the tube amps and the stuff that play the sound, but the sound would sound the same whether or not you use digital.
I agree with you, Owen.
Yeah, I think he's right too.
The guy that decided to rip out the
that-
low end of stuff that the human ear can't hear to compress it to MP3,
Brilliant.
he was like, yeah, we can't hear that anyway.
Now, that isn't to say that the speakers in your mom's setup aren't very nice.
Yeah.
Because you can have speakers that are 40 years old that still sound amazing.
I agree.
Mrs. Jensen.
The way they're doing the HD vinyl, however, they use, of course, they start with digital audio.
So that ruins the whole thing.
Anyway,
That's the whole point of vinyl is it's not digital.
They convert it to a 3D topographic map, and then they use lasers to map it onto the stamper, the thing that actually stamps the vinyl.
Right.
So essentially what they're doing is they're making it a lot more precise. And so,
do you have to get a special needle to read it?
No, you can just use your existing record player.
It's just a better stamp. It's like going from from a crappy camera to a better camera.
So it holds 30% more audio, and it's higher fidelity because it's more precise.
So you can really hear that vinyl hum.
That's.
So would you have to own a 3D printer in order to pirate vinyl music at this point?
There's not a 3D printer out there that can.
There's no way that's of 3D printers that's precise.
Yeah, they're small.
But laser etching the dye to like stamp the records, that's pretty cool because like they've been able to do that forever, and they're just somebody's like, what if we made a digital copy analog?
Shut up, Trevor.
I know there's real people out there who think vinyl is great, and I'm happy you found something that makes you happy.
That does,
For me, I love music subscriptions because you pay $10 a month to get unlimited music.
Yeah, but there is something about going over to somebody's house, and if they have like a vinyl collection, being able to like thumb through the vinyl and pulling them out and like actually looking at it.
I'll agree with that, and that's not the thing that gets me. Is maybe this is just a product of when I grew up, but I grew up listening to CDs.
Yeah.
And that's a physical medium.
Compact disc.
Yeah, the old compact disc.
CDs.
It's also a physical medium.
Did you have a compact disc player?
I had several.
Oh.
And the thing with the CDs is it's still the digital music.
It was still digital.
It's still digital. So
and higher bit rate than current.
Have you ever seen a
music?
digital waveform versus analog?
Yeah.
It's squares versus hills and valleys.
Exactly. And so the thing is the sound, if you ask me, off of a CD player is going to be much clearer than the sound off of a record, because everyone likes the warmth of a record. The people that like vinyl like the warmth sound.
That like background crackling and stuff.
Not so much the crackling, but there's it's almost just like a background noise.
Like the Enterprise used to make a noise?
I love that noise.
That's what it reminds me of, is like a slight hum kind of a thing. And maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I hear it. And so I like more just like the purity of the digital format where you get exactly how it was put out.
Yeah, and the audiophiles out there will tell you that the range of audio that you can't hear affects the sound performance of the other audio waves that you can hear. And so they'll say that, and because because we can't hear waves, the sound, you can feel the bass, like your brain, it affects your brain the way you feel. So there is some argument out there that those waves affect you.
I'd like to see
that
science.
Sounds a lot like essential oils.
Yeah, let me see the science behind that.
So are you trying to get two people to sign up right now, and then you get those two people to sign up?
You buy a record, you guys split that record at first, right in half, and then what happens is you find two friends that want to cut that into fourths, and then you just...
I'm going to go tell my family about this.
Yeah, okay.
Now, should I host a party at my house having to do with it, and then maybe I invite a couple of friends over?
No. You want to host a party at your friend's house.
Oh, to get them activated.
Yeah, you don't want to have it at your house. You're already in.
Yeah.
Oh,
you've already been duped. I mean,
do I get a discount?
You're already a part of it.
Oh, I'm glad.
You're already
sounded bad.
You're already making money.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm. So you need to make them make money.
Now, would you say that this is passive income?
Oh, this is totally passive
yeah,
income.
there's no work.
There's no work involved.
I mean,
It's
the guy
residual,
who started it,
you just keep making money.
the guy who started it drives a Corvette, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, he knows what he's talking about.
MLMs. So anyway, and I'm not back to the record. I'm not saying that if that's your thing, that's cool. Keep going for it. I'm the kind of guy that spends way too much money on graphics cards so I can have over 60 frames per second,
which your brain can't see over 30 anyway.
Well, that's a load of crap, by the way. But my monitor doesn't go higher than 60 frames per second.
And I spend my money on gluten-free food.
Yeah, and who likes that?
Stay alive. High five.
That crap's overrated.
What do I spend my money on? Carpet, probably.
Well, VR headsets that you return.
Yeah, but then I get the money back. You want to know what kind of crappy about that is? I really wanted to do that bait and switch thing, or as I call it, Amazon catfishing. I wanted to do that with the the motorized longboard. Gosh dang it, what was that? Casey Neistat uses it. Whatever.
There's a bunch of them out there. Boost
Boost it board. Yeah, that's it.
Actually, I spend my money on digital movies that I never watch.
Yes, you do. Your library is how many strong?
500?
Oh man. How many have you actually watched?
Are
in
you
there?
serious?
Maybe half.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
probably.
that your adult collecting kind of thing?
Yeah, it is. I mean, a lot of them, I've stolen digital copies from my dad's Blu-rays that he will never use, and etc.
Because your dad's a video purist.
So
He will never stream.
what's the site you once told me about the site that trades those codes?
Yeah,
what's it called?
There's Google Plus communities that will let you trade codes with other people and buy codes that are super cheap.
Yeah.
And with this Disney lawsuit with Redbox, that's now not illegal.
It was never illegal.
It was never illegal, but now it's confirmed that it's not illegal. So
Now there's precedence.
yeah.
Wait, what was
Yep.
the thing? Update me on that. What happened? Give
so-
me the TLDR of it.
Redbox was selling digital copies that come in the Blu-ray packages of Disney movies.
Oh.
So Disney sued Redbox. Redbox won.
Oh, because technically they bought the movie.
Yeah, and the code that came free with the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Disney didn't expressly say you can't have these digital codes.
How much more media does Disney have to consume before do you think the government's going to step in and be like, no?
I think they might actually get denied the Fox merger.
Oh, is that counting Fantastic Four?
Yep.
Oh.
I think that they might actually get denied the purchase of Fox
We'll
movies
see.
and TV.
Let's see how many lobbyists they can throw at it.
Did
and-
you see that
We'll see.
people have been doing mock-up drawings of Emily Blunt and John Krasinski as Mr. and Miss Fantastic?
No, but I would watch that.
Dude,
Me
have you
too.
seen A Quiet Place yet?
No.
That will make you hate everybody in the theater.
I've heard about that because everyone's noisy without realizing they're being noisy.
Yeah.
Because that movie's so quiet. Quiet
It's
Place.
so good.
I do want to go see
I
that.
saw Jumanji. That movie's okay.
Yeah, I love Jumanji.
Jumanji was good.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to hit on
Thrifty
the list?
50.
Thrifty 50 time.
So this Thrifty 50 is a little bit more expensive than your normal Thrifty 50.
Thrifty Hundo.
I actually got it for 80. So what it is, it's a Tello drone. It has DJI tech in it, but it is not made by DJI. It's funny because the box you buy, there's no brand name. The brand is actually Rise, RYZE, but that brand does not appear on the box at all. DJI does, but that brand doesn't. DJI sells it through their website, so it's officially sanctioned DJI drone.
It looks like a Western family version of the DJI Spark.
It's a smaller version of the DJI Spark.
So, kind of.
So the DJI Spark started at 500. This starts at 100. So it's super cheap, super fun to play with.
How does it manage in the wind?
Do not fly it in the wind because it's a tiny little
Yeah.
piece of plastic.
it's
It
rated
weighs.
for indoor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's made for indoor and windless conditions outside. I've flown it outside. I've flown it inside. It has its own app. It's not part of the DJI
The
app.
camera doesn't tilt, does it?
No,
tilt
no.
or pan or anything?
Do not buy it for the camera. Simon is hanging onto Owen's
terrified that he's going to switch to my back next.
Claw, claw, claw.
He's like, I want up there.
He just
Get
wants
him,
to
Simon.
perforate your back. It's
Yeah.
fine.
chair. Anyway, do not buy it for the camera.
It's only 720p, isn't
yeah,
it?
720p, 5 megapixels. It's not a good camera, but buy it for just the fun of flying a drone. It's pretty well put together.
Yeah, because how's the control? Like,
I
does it
flew it
feel
as
like
well.
a DJI drone
Yeah,
in control?
It controls super well.
It does.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would like to play with this.
And I was going to bring it tonight, but I forgot. Sorry.
Actually, Jarron didn't bring it because he was afraid
that James would get his retribution
Yeah,
finally.
crash.
Yeah.
Retribution.
I still can't believe that you broke the gimbal on the bottom of it. Like, that's impressive. That thing was one chunk of metal.
I try.
Jarron was trying to establish his dominance that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, it's like
This is how he'll know
Wasn't
it's like peeing
in
on a
charge.
rock.
Yeah.
You
was
know?
like
It's
my
my rock now.
Wasn't
It's
that
my
my
drone.
first or second day?
Yeah.
First day.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, it starts at 100, so you will be able to find it on sale, guaranteed, probably 4 or 5 months down the road, probably for half price, I bet. So keep your eye on that. If you ever wanted a drone just to fly around, just to play with, this is an awesome little thing. It connects to a Bluetooth controller if you want to fly it with just a game controller.
Yeah, it's controller
That's cool.
Yeah,
it is neat.
compatible. It says VR headset compatibility. Oh, that's pretty cool.
And it does tricks. There's buttons you can push
Yeah.
for it to do flips. You can just throw it out into the air and it'll fly.
You have to give
bounce
it.
mode.
You have to give it a treat though for it to do a trick.
Yeah. But I highly recommend it.
How long did you say the
It's
batteries
cool.
last on it?
The battery lasts about 11 to 13 minutes.
That's not bad.
And I find that pretty
It's about
consistent.
the same as a Spark. Ish.
Has a removable battery too, though.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is
I don't
kinda
think
neat.
the Spark has a removable battery, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it does.
Does
Does
it?
it, does
I
it
could be
integrate with the
wrong.
battery pack on any other device? And you
No,
can just
no,
swap
it's-
it in?
it's
No?
proprietary.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang.
But it is not a cheap feeling drone. It is a cheap drone.
And it is a light drone.
It is definitely plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap.
The thing that I'm excited to see is the longevity of you actually using a drone, because getting a drone to normal people is like buying a GoPro. Like they get really excited because they're like, I'm going on this backpacking trip. It's going to be great. They film themselves like a couple of times on the backpacking trip, never do anything with the footage, and then they just put the GoPro away and then never take it out.
Wow.
I've
that
had
sounds
it.
exactly like my experience with a GoPro.
Yep.
Wow.
I've had it for about 2.5 weeks now, and I've used it probably 6 or 7
I
times.
have GoPros donated to me at work from Little Giant, from the company that I work for as employees. So
They're just like, hey, I'm never going to.
yeah, one of the owners gave me 2 of them. He's just like, here you go, the new ones,
the
Huh.
new ones?
nice ones,
He's like, I don't want
4K
these
ones. He's
anymore.
like, I've never used them. So
Cool.
There you go. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to hit on before we call
Just,
it?
I don't wanna
just
go.
Steve Weeby's fall from grace.
Not Steve Wiebe, Brian Mitchell.
Oh, yeah, it's Brian Mitchell. No, it's Brian Mitchell? Because that sounds like somebody else.
Brian Mitchell was the guy that cheated.
Billy Mitchell.
Sorry.
Brian
Billy
Mitchell is the weird
this-
sexual predator that kidnapped a girl in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Billy Mitchell is the guy that.
Well, he had quite the fall from
Yeah,
grace as
he
well.
did as well.
wow.
But Billy Mitchell is the guy that faked his really high scores in Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And
Now, did he fake it or
he
did
did it.
he?
He did it on an emulated
Yeah.
version of not the arcade, which is against the policy rules. And the scorekeepers that associate with the Guinness Book of World Records have basically done a scorched earth campaign against all of his scores.
They removed him from every leaderboard.
and informed Guinness,
Wow.
Yep.
pull him out. And the new guy, Steve.
And, well, not only that, they said he can't compete anymore either.
Yeah. So Steve Wiebe was the guy that originally placed the claim that
That Billy Mitchell
Billy
was
Mitchell
cheating.
was
or at least
cheating.
was not
Hold on.
legitimate.
Is there a real reason to hate this guy? Did he like kick a puppy or
Oh,
something?
no.
Or
So go watch The King of Kong.
all right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna write that down. Hold
And
on.
that will show you why people don't like Billy Mitchell.
yeah.
Was he just like an a-hole?
So,
Yeah,
So
big
my
time.
my thing is now, hey Steve Wiebe, you're now the biggest loser.
Why is he the biggest loser?
He just is because
Oh.
it's not that cool to have the highest Donkey Kong score.
Didn't-
Sorry.
Didn't Peter
His-
Dinklage
his-
emulate his character or something in?
I don't know.
That was in that
In
game.
Pixels.
Pixels, yeah.
Oh, okay. But Steve Wiebe's score got surpassed a long time ago.
Oh, really?
In,
I
like,
thought he
Donkey
was.
Kong Jr.
He had
and
a
stuff like
stake
that.
in this. I thought his score moved up now
It might have moved up, but he's
to number one.
No.
No?
Check the article,
Oh.
but I'm pretty sure all of his stuff got surpassed a few years ago.
Guys, this is a big deal that we get this figured out. I need to stop everything and have you guys look this stuff
that's
up.
exactly what we're doing.
It's crazy
Let's
that I need
see.
to know these scores right now. Also, as soon as you turn the podcast off, I just disappear. So I'm trying to draw this out for as long as I can. And yeah. Also, have you guys ever been to Japan? I need tips. So
Yeah.
like
Wait, what did you say?
So you get on my Plex server and start learning all your Japanese phrases.
I've been trying to get into anime lately. What did you say?
And,
I've been wanting to get into Crunchyroll. Is that a good place to start for anime?
That's a good place to start for anime. I have a bunch of anime on my server that
I'm
you could
afraid
check
if
out.
I go down that hole though, because anime girls are kind of my weakness. And I'm afraid to go. However, I did watch all of One Punch Man.
Oh yeah,
I
did,
love
did
that
you like that?
Amazing
show.
show.
So at first you're just like, why is he fighting a crab in underwear? But then eventually it kind of grows
It
on
takes
you.
an episode or two
Yep.
to get into, but
Yep.
once you're into it, like, speaking of which, when's the second season of that going to come out?
I still need to watch that.
Yeah,
Who
they haven't
knows?
announced it at all.
Did you guys watch it in English or in Japanese?
I can't even find it dubbed anywhere. I had to watch it subbed with.
Yeah,
I
didn't-
prefer that. I don't do anime dubbed.
Oh really?
No,
I
I'm
like-
I'm an elitist.
I like hearing his the voice,
go.
the way that
Yeah.
God intended.
He's doing it again. He's scaring me. Simon's gonna climb up my back and give me
He's
some
not
sort of.
going to climb on your back. He might.
But
might,
speaking of
yeah.
which, so first off, if any of y'all listeners have anime that I need to watch before I go to Japan, so like anime that's set in Japan, which I'm assuming that like 90% of it is,
No,
let me know.
no, they all said it in like U.S. states, and they're all very white.
Oh wait, really quick before we move on, I read a rumor that the next Pokemon game is going to be on Switch. Have
That's
you guys
been a
heard
rumor ever since they announced the Switch.
No. But like I heard it got like
I thought they
confirmed or
announced
something.
it.
It was in like a magazine or something.
I swear they announced it already.
That it is
So-
going to be Switch, or is it
Yeah.
a different type of Pokemon game, like Pokemon Brawl?
I swear there was a Pokemon game coming out for Switch. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Even if it was like the back, I don't know.
All right, here it is.
Oh, did you get
After
it?
what seems like an eternity, Mitchell is no longer recognized as the first million-point Donkey Kong record holder. Now that honor goes to longtime
Oh.
rival. The first time
They hit a million.
Yeah,
Okay.
first million point was Steve Wiebe.
That's
There it is.
that's what it was.
There you go. So if you are following that story on Donkey Kong, you've been informed.
Yeah, you have.
Boom. But yeah, there's been a couple people that have scored higher than them already, if I remember correctly.
They're called Lonely.
They're called good at video games.
Yeah.
And lonely.
And
Also, last thing, the Facebook Cambridge Analytica, just to follow up from last episode.
Oh yeah.
You can now, there's a tool that you can see if you were victimized.
And so now it's.
Oh yeah, I checked. I wasn't.
I wasn't either.
Wait. Yeah, where?
Yep, it's a link in the show notes. You can it's actually sponsored and created by Facebook. Make sure you're logged into Facebook, and then you just
I
click
have
on
to
the
go
link.
to Facebook for this. They'll
No,
collect more data on me.
No, they won't. They won't collect more. You just have to log in.
See, that's my thing. Is like I want to go see where my identity's been hacked, but I'm afraid that those are peripheral websites for hackers to be like,
Yeah.
all right.
So
well,
this one's
let's-
sponsored through Facebook. You click this link, it's actually going to take you to Facebook's help, and they're going to tell you. It was actually one. So you know the app that happened, the researcher. They actually outed his whole name, like this whole guy. I mean, this guy must have made.
It's like
I mean, let's be
here
honest.
comes the bus.
Cambridge Analytica basically elected our president. I mean, in not so many words, they fundamentally altered the landscape politically.
But Facebook let him do it.
Facebook let one researcher do it, and then that researcher went, "Wow, I could sell this," and he did.
And he did.
And he's just.
Wait,
sitting-
I wasn't listening to what you said.
So what do you mean?
Oh,
What part did you miss? The guy.
Hold on. I
just
want to
trying to
just
draw this
address
out.
something. No, I want to address something to some people.
Derailed.
How much do you guys pay for Facebook?
0.
I'm not saying it's right that they sold our
Oh
information.
no, totally.
But that being said,
You
there
knew what you
is
were
a
signing up for.
surprising amount of people out there that are bewildered that they have our personal information. It's like that is the currency
Yeah.
that you pay.
Those are people that have no idea how the internet works.
Those are
Is
people.
what that is.
Which is basically the whole Senate, because that's what.
Yep.
That's what.
And when did we throw qualifications out the window to actually interview people? Like, if we're being honest, like at that point, it's like if you had to ask your pool boy to reset your router earlier that week, you probably shouldn't have been interviewing Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, and that's
Just
the problem.
throwing that
Is
out.
that if this wasn't there was no opt-in for this. So if you downloaded this app called "This Is Your Digital Life," you agreed to the terms of service. It's your own fault. But this app pulled data from all of your friends that haven't done it as well illegally.
And see, I don't agree
that's
with
the
that.
part. That's the part that really got these guys.
What does
hosed.
that app do anyway? Is it pretty
It's
cool?
I have no
Because
idea.
now I'm like
wanna-
interested.
This
You
is
wanna
your
get it?
this
I kinda
is
wanna
your
get it a little
this
bit.
is your digital life. Go
They-
find it and sell
No,
your
no.
data for nothing.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Maybe old people think it's like public television. Brought to you by
Yeah.
viewers like you.
It's so prevalent in our society now that it almost is like that, where they're like, well, "This is just Facebook. Everybody has this. I didn't know they were taking my data." That's basically how it felt like in the Senate hearings with Mark Zuckerberg. Is all these people being like, "So how does this work?"
I love all the memes that have come up
Oh, it's so good.
with his like android-looking face
Yeah.
and taking like the tiniest sip of water you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Have
Humans drink water. I should drink water
Yeah.
too. There, I have drank water like a human.
Hey, we'll post the link in the show notes. You can go check and see if you were victimized.
There were just people hating on both sides. Like at the beginning, you just see like this is Mark Zuckerberg's booster seat, and then
Yeah.
like pictures of that like he's an android, but then on the same time like people hating on Congress.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the journalist who invaded his privacy and took pictures of his notes while he was testifying?
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Awesome.
I saw that.
My favorite booster seat meme was a picture of it, and someone said, "Oh, look, Mark Zuckerberg left his wallet on his chair."
I heard that it was his wireless charger.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah.
It's the world that we live in. It's just people don't do research, man.
Yeah.
Just understand that if you basically
Nothing's for free.
Yeah, nothing's for free. If you get a service from some company online and you gave them your information, chances are they're going to use that information to either advertise to you or
something
And I
along
don't
those
mind
lines.
being advertised to accurately.
Right,
but-
and the thing is if you sign one of those, I acknowledge the terms and services or whatever, chances are, if you read the fine print in those, it says right there that they can do that.
Yeah, and that's what this new GDPR legislation over in the UK is going to. They have to put it in what's now called simple terms. Basically,
Not lawyer speak.
yeah. So that they say, this is what we're doing with your data. This is how you opt out. And this is what we are able to do.
Well, who decides
afterwards.
what simple terms are?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
The lawyers.
exactly. So
There is
there's an
episode-
oversight committee, I'm sure.
There's an episode of South Park that is all about the Apple terms of services and Human Centipede. I highly suggest watching it. About how one of the kids never reads it, and it's just like he signs an agreement to be in the Human Centipede, and then I don't know. It's a really good episode.
Anyway,
So yeah,
there
you go.
Your PSA there. Go check it out.
Hashtag delete Facebook
Yeah,
if you want.
I still can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
I have too many unfulfilled cat videos to put up. Sorry.
But the memes.
I use
Joe,
it as
Joe
a
Reedy
digital
last
term.
week. Last time he was like, I use it for my dogs and kids, and that's
Yeah.
basically it. That's what I can't. There's no way to fill that void if I stopped Facebook. So.
I honestly, all my Facebook activity is lurking. I lurk once in a while, see what people are up to.
Somebody tags you, you're like,
Yeah.
who dat?
Exactly.
It like wakes you up. What is this?
And then just for Gadget Spot, we put out show notes.
Yep.
That's about it.
That's really the only reason I keep Facebook now, so I could still participate in the Gadget Spot page.
Yeah.
Nice.
About sums it up. Same with the episode. All right, we're out of here. Owen, take
Hey.
us out.
We hope you care.
Gadget Spot.